How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, I want to talk Jarrett Swift Hurd versus Armando, and it went down, you guys. It went down last night, or a couple hours ago on live on Showtime. It was I believe it was a 10 round fight. And Jarrett Hurd was supposed to make you know, his, how do I put this, his stamp, and he was trying to make everything right. That everything when it had went wrong in the last fight, against Luis Aries. We thought he wrote his wrongs and made him right. With his trainer and stuff like that. And Jarrett Hurd did well in spots, but Armando kept coming. Armando kept coming, um, and he looked like he was not trying to take an L from Jarrett Hurd. He looked like he wanted it. Jarrett Hurd looked, sometimes slow in spots. And, I just really think that Jarrett Hurd needs to reconsider and, possibly, you know, let me just break down the fight first, before I even get into all of that. The fight was pretty good. Jarrett Hurd lost from he got cut on the lip. He had a cut on his lip, excuse me. And I believe it was like in his mouth, possible broken jaw. And the guy Armando kept hitting his jaw, repeatedly over and over and over. And over time, man, he really did some damage to Jarrett Hurd's jaw. And it was very apparent that Jarrett Hurd was going to be in for a long night. And we seen that, we seen that. And I was gonna be honest, man. I thought that Jarrett Hurd could possibly have gotten this win, um, but it looked like Armando was just too much, and the fight got stopped in the 10th round. Um, like I said, Jarrett Hurd did have spots in this fight where he was, doing well, but eventually Armando was just a little too much. I feel like Armando utilized his style, um, in the inside, and he beat pretty much Jarrett Hurd at his own game plan, bullying, taking it to the bully, trying to bully the bully. And, that inside pressure that Armando put on Jarrett Hurd, um, it showed, and he was a lot younger, and I feel like he was a lot fresher than Jarrett Hurd as well, and didn't have as many wars as Jarrett Hurd has had. I believe this was like his first or second war that he's ever been in, from what I've seen. Um, you guys know that he was 13-0 going into that fight. I believe Jarrett Hurd was, 24-2, I believe. Now that knocks him to 24-3, I believe. 24-3, and Armando's 14-1 now. But enough's enough. Jarrett Hurd needs to reconsider his boxing career. Needs to think about, what does he want to do? Does he want to be a businessman or does he want to be a fighter? Obviously you could do both, a la Floyd Mayweather, but Jarrett Hurd is in there with some tough opposition, and you got to know when to turn it on and turn it off when it's time. If you're not able to separate those two, it's gonna be a long fucking night. And we seen that tonight with Jarrett Hurd. Trayvon Marshall also got the stoppage that trains with Jarrett Hurd. I believe I heard that Trayvon Marshall in sparring busted the eardrum of Jarrett Hurd. So Jarrett Hurd was getting good sparring, with Trayvon Marshall that just got a stoppage over Justin DeLoach, which was a good fight, um, for as long as it lasted. And I just feel like you're getting good sparring, but something's not clicking. You know what I mean? You should have been able to stop a guy like this, in my personal opinion. This guy had already lost to a guy that I think you could beat the guy he lost to. So it's like I feel like Jarrett Hurd, I don't feel like he should end his career on this note, but damn, bro, I feel like he's got to go back to the drawing board, man. You're fighting on the inside. You got to be a lot more crisp and a lot more sharp than that. When you're fighting on the inside, you got to be able to, slip and use your legs more. You know what I'm saying? Bend down. I feel like, you know, Jarrett Hurd was doing a lot of bending in some of his other fights, like the Tony Harrison fight, like the Law fight. He was using his legs a lot more, bending down, avoiding some of them shots, doing the shoulder roll every now and then. Just, being real smooth in there. And I feel like tonight he really wasn't. Um, and it showed. He got busted up pretty good. Um, and I feel like in the seventh round, that was a pivotal round in the fight. They two traded big uppercuts in close quarters, and I just feel like Hurd, I feel like he got hurt, and to end the round in round number seven. Um, and I feel like Jarrett Hurd in the eighth round, he spent some of the round against the ropes, and I just feel like Armando was more active, and it's like we got to see now. Now this is a big fight from Jarrett Hurd. We seen that he took the L in this fight. Like a lot of people thought that Jarrett Hurd was gonna win this fight. I was included. I put money on Jarrett Hurd. I would have won the fucking. I fucking put a three bet parlay. I got both right. I got the under 4.5 rounds with John Bones Jones, and I picked John Jones to win, and I picked Jarrett Hurd just to win, and he didn't win, man. And so I lost that joint, but I did bet straight up on John Jones, and I won that. Thank God. But yeah, man, Jarrett Hurd, for what it may, he didn't get the victory tonight, you guys. Like I said, let me pull up some of these pictures and so you guys can see what Jarrett Hurd's lip looked like, and why the doctor stopped the fight. If you guys can look in a little closer, you guys can see that Jarrett Hurd's lip had a laceration on it, and you guys can see the doctor saying no more, and they pretty much stopped the fight right at that point, you guys. Um, there was a lot of punishment. If you guys can look right here, you guys can see Jarrett Hurd taking a stiff jab, and and that's another thing, man. Armando was a tough motherfucker, man. He was. I thought he was a lot smaller than Jarrett Hurd in size, but he made it up in power. He gave Jarrett Hurd pretty much all he could handle. And I just feel like right now Jarrett Hurd's got to go back to the drawing board. He's got to show the fight fans that this is what he wants to do. Not even show the fight fans, just show himself. This is what you really want. You can't be halfway in boxing and halfway out. You know, you can't take long layoffs and expect to just come back and be, beating everybody up. You know what I mean? That's just not gonna happen like that. You know what I mean? That's just not gonna happen like that. You know what I mean? So we gotta see. We gotta see what Jarrett Hurd can do moving forward. You guys know that Jarrett Hurd is a good fighter. I know Jarrett Hurd is a good fighter, but right now it hasn't. We haven't been seeing that. We haven't been seeing that in Jarrett Hurd lately. He's been getting. He's been losing. Okay, close fights or getting. This fight getting stopped, and it's like they just said a fun fact. Jarrett Hurd hasn't won a fight in almost 3 years. In about 3 years. So he's got to get a W, man. He's got to get a W, and he's got to get one. Where he can get back on a winning track. I feel like he hasn't been on a winning track lately. So Jarrett Hurd's definitely got to get back on a winning track and just get back into the swing of things when it comes to fighting and you know, uh, training hard, hard training, hard sparring, and definitely go back to the drawing board. He's already switched trainers, I believe, once or twice. He might be on his third trainer since he's been being a professional, third or fourth. And we just gotta see. We gotta see what Jarrett Hurd wants to do after this. Um, and I just wish the best for him, man. I really do, man. I know he'll make the right decision. And we'll see what Jarrett Hurd has to store moving forward, you guys. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on anything Jarrett Hurd does moving forward. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, man, Jarrett Hurd takes an L tonight. Um, Consecutive losses, pretty much. And right now, Jarrett Hurd's got to think, man, what do I want to do? Do I want to keep fighting? Do I want to keep taking this punishment? What do I really want to do? These are some of the punch stats, you guys. I did want to put the punch stats out there before I get off here. You guys can look. Jarrett Hurd did have some good success in certain spots. You guys can see it was a competitive fight. Um, but Jarrett Hurd, when hey look, man, that laceration was not a joke, man. And so we got to see what he's gonna do moving forward. I want to see if Jarrett Hurd can make right of this and can actually come back on a winning track. But it's looking tough for him, man. He's got a real punishing style, and that type of style doesn't last long in boxing, taking all those blows. So I would definitely go back to the drawing board and reconsider. Is this is what I want? From what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing on Instagram and stuff, he might be financially stable. So, do you really want to take these blows? Because he took a lot of blows tonight. Jarrett Hurd took a lot of flush blows from Armando, concussive blows, flush blows straight to the face. That's why I said possible fractured jaw. We got to see what happens leading. I guess going forward. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, you guys. Peace. If you guys want to donate to the Cash App, it's Corley Boxing on Cash App. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, you guys.